And it's official. Thank good God Almighty. The stars have aligned. Pull up a chair. Episode 64. We are live. It is a blessed, wonderful, beautiful, somewhat gloomy, sleepless Saturday, but we are here in fashion. As you can tell, I'm a little bit feeling festive already. I know we kind of got a little bit of elevation today, but I like it. New angles, new moves. It is a blessed, wonderful, beautiful, like I said, somewhat gloomy Sleepless Saturday, and it's Pull Up a Chair episode 64. As you can tell, it's a little chilly in the 440, but we got the fits for it. Big cheers to good brother Doomer over on YouTube watching live. For those of you that don't know, my beautiful wife is sitting next to me, pulled up a chair today to give some takes and discussions and hot takes and put on the hater hat for a couple different occasions, I'm sure, as well. And if you don't know this mug, well, I love telling you, it is the creme de la creme, the one that they call him, Mr. El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows, a.k.a. Space Mountain Stoney, a.k.a. Stoney Montana, a.k.a. the young Tony Clifton, a.k.a. Edward Swisher Hands, a.k.a. young Dumbledore, the lyrical wizard, a.k.a. call me what you will, just never call me broke or sad, because it's Mr. Keep the Love High and the motherfucking hate low, baby. Like I said, it is a blessed, wonderful, sleepless Saturday. I know that Survivor Series is tonight, which we're big pumped for, which is why, once again, we got the battle tomorrow on Sleepless Sunday. So how about if we just dive right in and give our Survivor Series predictions? And the name that is circulating throughout the All-State Arena, so to speak. You can tell.
I'll start with my hater hat.
You want to start with the...
I'll start with my hater hat.
All right, so before we dive into any of the predictions, for who's going to win what match tonight at Survivor Series, because it looks like a great card. We got 2 War Games matches, but I think the thing that's being talked about more than any of the matches is, will CM Punk return? It's Chicago. It's one of the big pay-per-views. The fans are now chanting CM Punk. I saw this tweet about an hour ago, and I think it holds true. One of 2 things is going to happen tonight. It's either we see CM Punk come out, and we hear Cult of Personality hit, and it was the best kept secret in recent memory for WWE. Or it goes the other way, and he never comes out, and there's a ton of CM Punk stands left pissed off at Triple H. Been seeing those memes all week. And pretty much means, will we ever see him? It will probably become highly... The less we won't see him, the more that we don't see him, the more likely it is that we won't ever see him back. But
that's the one.
So you want to put your hater hat on already. So what's your take on it?
I don't think I don't think so. I don't think with everything that he's caused, especially like recently in AEW, like I don't think that WWE would be like, yeah, let's come stir up the locker room. Like I just don't think that that's what.
I know you've seen a lot of different interviews, though, and what's something that WWE people always say?
I mean,
you can never say never. Not in the world of professional wrestling. You can never say never.
No, you can't never say never, but I just don't. I don't think it's happening tomorrow. Tonight. I don't think it's happening tonight.
Well, my thing is, if it don't happen tonight, then when? Then when?
I just don't know.
When you do this, you want to do it in Chicago. I'm going to combat you on this one. I think it would be a good way to make those chants go away. At least do that. Because with that...
But what would you... Like, how long would he be? Like, how long would he... Like, would he be signed? Like, what is that? Like, what...
I mean, I think ultimately you would sign him to 2 or 3 years.
I don't...
Or even just maybe like a 1 year and see how this goes and then get back to him in a year. But I think if we're putting CM Punk's pen on paper, we want 2 or 3 years. No. I mean, that's originally what Tony Khan gave him.
No. Yeah, and then look what happened. He was a baby back bitch.
But is there not enough structure in AEW?
Okay, and he had all the structure in the fucking world in WWE before, and he still cried when he didn't get his way.
Yeah, but I think...
You just let me know. All his interviews, all he's doing is me. I didn't get the me.
I think like, Triple H might say, like, look, there's nothing I can do with you with Roman.
And but that's what he wants. Like, that's what he's going to want. And
but I can give you Seth.
Yeah, okay, and then he gets it, and then he's going to have to drop it eventually, obviously, because, storylines and whatnot. And then what? Oh, they kept it off me. They sucked, and blah, blah. They didn't see my true self, whatever the fuck he's been talking about in his, but because that's what he does. If he's not a Roman Reigns, he's not happy.
And that's unfortunately tends to be a trend of CM Punk. Like, I'll never forget when I used to be on the wave, by the way, that I'm like, oh, CM Punk was dealt a shit hand. And then I remember one time I was showing her, like, oh, here's a compilation of all the times CM Punk got screwed. And as you're watching it, you're like, okay, wins the world title. All right, wins the world title again. All right, 14-month run. Okay. Oh, wow, he wins the Rumble. Oh, wow, he wins the Money in the Bank. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, huh. And he complained about having to face Taker at Mania because he didn't like, he wanted Cena, he wanted John, he wanted the belt.
It's like he didn't get his way, so all of his accomplishments just basically meant nothing because he didn't get what he exactly wanted. But he still had a successful career, but not enough. It will never be enough unless he's literally Roman Reigns and holding this thing for thousands upon thousands of
Which
days.
is why some people think if that's the case, he should just go to Impact. Which I've mentioned that before.
Yeah.
If we go by that
agree
case,
with that,
Impact's like, look, we'll take the viewers, we'll do whatever it takes. Fuck it, punch a wall in the back or choke out Jack Perry, do whatever you want to do.
Be the John Cena of the company, and that's another thing. Like he
but
wanted to be the John Cena.
I'm gonna throw out another reason though, as to why, and I saw this one on the mean streets of Reddit. But I do think another reason why WWE might do it tonight goes with the other thing I was going to end up mentioning, which is AEW is going live for 3 hours tonight doing their AEW Collision show right into Rampage at the same time of Survivor Series, which that's fucking nuts. But I think maybe does Triple H put the hater hat on and go, let me really stick it to you.
I could see.
Because sticking it to him on that one would be like I saw that one meme where it was like, oh, Triple H has the opportunity to do the funniest shit ever. Because it was like Punk was the face of Collision. They're going head to head with the pay-per-view. And you bring out Punk? Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see them doing something like that tonight. Like
Tony Khan had piss running down his leg.
If they do bring him back because, for whatever reason, I don't think it'll last long.
So you think if it does happen, it'll just be
like a
short run?
It's either he's going to fuck it up and get released or they're just going to sign something real short with him. I can't see WWE bring him back after he literally just caused issues and another promotion. Like
that messiness of
and like the drama that he brings with him that's just like around him in his aura.
Plus, there was another thing, an X factor that I feel like kind of flew under the radar just because it's CM Punk and there's always so much talk that goes around him anyways. Somebody made a good point, though, and I was like, oh, wow, I'm surprised I didn't get more attention, which is why I wanted to bring it up, that, okay, CM Punk, let's say Triple H is going, let's bring Punk back. I'm all for it. Let's do this. He can't just type a contract up anymore and hand it over to him. He's got to go through TKO, and part of TKO is UFC. CM Punk had nastiness to leave in UFC. So that's like another factor of like, damn.
Or it could just be WWE's thing of just teasing. It's just never going to happen.
Like, I imagine if Triple H was like, yeah, I know all the messiness in AEW, but like, we can move past that. And then Dana White's over there going, just AEW? And then they go, oh, shit. Yeah. He pissed off the UFC, too. Plus, I'm pretty sure he had the worst UFC fight I've ever seen in my life. That I will say. That you don't have to put a hater hat on to say that. He didn't land a punch. Not one punch. Not a strike. Nothing. He landed nothing. I think it was Mickey Gall. He landed not one fucking punch. And I remember talking El Padrino into buying that pay-per-view. I remember just looking over at Padrino, and he's over there like, man, this is how your guy fights? It's fucking sad. Even at one point, I was like, fuck, Phil, hand me the gloves. I might be able to land one or two. Shit. Damn. But, final answer, you're saying no CM Punk tonight.
Yeah, fine. Locking it in.
Final answer for me, damn it, I'm wearing the shirt. Let's get hype. Fingers crossed. I'm saying we hear Cult of Personality tonight to end the pay-per-view and he hit. I think that music hits. I think that music hits. Or it's Shinsuke's secret opponent that he's been hinting at. And maybe that's who it is, and that's how you debut him. And then you get the crowd to simmer down. Because a lot of people forget this, too, that I think is a little bit annoying on this fact, which is now going to kind of pivot into the match predictions. But Randy Orton this past Monday night on Raw was confirmed to be the 5th member in the War Games match. That is getting so overwhelmingly overshadowed right now. Like, and that's sad because I'm sure Randy's like, damn, man, I'm a legend. I've been gone a year and a half trying to get my back up to speed for y'all. And you're going to chant CM Punk at me, you ungrateful fucks?
Yeah.
I gave myself surgeries and shit, like tense rehab to come back.
He could have retired. And just
retired, yeah. And he's over here like, oh, y'all should be talking about me. Which I do think there's a reason why it was brought up on Raw as far as like the announcing and not just hearing the music hit as a surprise. Because I did see a lot of people were like, what the fuck? Like, we've been waiting so long for that. Why wouldn't you just have the music hit and he comes out? Here's the thing, though. This CM Punk thing's getting too crazy. Meaning you don't want his music to hit, and for some reason that Chicago crowd start booing. That would look fucking bad. And I think also what he was trying to do was like, hey, like, everybody's been wanting Randy back. He's back. Mm-hmm. Please stop talking about Punk.
Yeah.
And now people didn't stop talking about Punk, and he's like, well, fuck. Yeah. Like, damn, I may have shot myself in the foot, but at least I tried.
Yeah.
And obviously it's the Chicago crowd where he's from, for those that don't know. So, I mean, they almost anytime you have a show there, there's always at least one breakout of those chants.
Yeah.
But, I mean, do you think that that was kind of like a decoy trying to get the talk about something else?
I could definitely see that, yeah.
Like with the Randy.
Especially with it being like so, like such like big-ish news that like, oh my God, like he's back, which... Yeah, so like I feel like that would be like you said, yeah. Here's Randy Orton. That's what you're getting for now.
I did like Seth's answer when the TMZ guy mentioned, he was like, this is before they didn't reveal that it was Randy as the 5th member, but they said, oh, is it possible like that CM Punk will be, because he hates Punk, and he goes, that'd be your 5th member of the team, and he goes, why? He goes for story's sake. Why would it be him? He goes, why would it be him? And the guy's like, oh, well, shit, I don't know. Well, yeah, exactly. And Seth's like, he's just going to jump right into the match. And hey, now he's a part of the War Games. Like, we've been building this feud with Judgment Day for months. Like, and he's just going to hop right in. And like, Judgment Day hates him all of a sudden.
Where is he? Yeah, like, what's his story? He comes right now. Like, what's he doing? Okay, yeah, he wants the belt, but like, what? Like, he just jumps in. Like, I want your belt now. What makes him, you know what I mean? Like...
I don't know. It's tough. I think you just hit the music and he just walks out.
Here you go.
And
he just stands there and he's just...
Well, he can do a silent thing where the crowd just chants his name loud as fuck. He can do the thing where he runs and jumps over the barricade, lands in the crowd, even though he got hurt doing that. But even though he got hurt doing that.
I don't like him.
But let's dive into the predictions of it. Let's dive into the matches. We're talking War Games match. Let's talk men's War Game match to kick it off. So one of the 2 War Games matches for tonight. I'm still kind of learning the rules for those myself. So maybe I'll get a better feel for it tonight. But I do like how those matches originated in NXT, and then Triple H decided to call them up starting with last year, which he definitely set the bar last year with those 2 being great. But I think these 2 this year will also be even possibly better. So for the men's War Game match, we got Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre. So that's JD McDonough, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and now I'm trying to think who's the 5th. Let me look that up. I got the card. My WWE fanatics out there are like, come on, Toot. You know your shit usually. I'm a fucking idiot. How did I forget about little Dum Dum? So we got Dum Dum. We got Dominic Mysterio, that thug. We got JD McDonough, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and Drew McIntyre against Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins. 5v5 men's War Game match. Who do you got winning that?
Cody Rhodes and that whole clan.
So you're saying the baby faces get that dub? I think.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that's a clear cut.
Are you kidding me? Yeah.
For those that are betting on my bookie, which please somebody send me the link as well, because for some reason I can't actually find that fucking app. So please send me the link, hook me up with that, because I want to get the bets going. But yeah, maybe tell me if it's a scam or not. But I think that's a clear-cut one. I don't know what the odds are on that, but I'm pretty sure it's got to heavily favor the baby faces in that scenario, Cody and all them. I mean, just look at it this way. The only question that I have to ask you to know who's going to win that match is, do they bring Randy Orton back after all that time for him to lose and get pinned or something and come back and lose it? Fuck no. So I think that's crazy. Anybody that thinks that Judgment Day is going to take that W, no fucking way. Plus, you got Drew McIntyre on your team, and they're trying to bury him with all their might right now. So there's no way they're going to win. I don't think Punk would come out at the end of that match either. I don't see that one. For the women's War Game match, now that one looks stacked. I think that one has potential to even be better than the men's tonight. Yeah, this one I think looks great. So for the women's War Game match, you got Damage Control, which, for those that don't know, consists of Asuka, Bayley, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky. They're going against Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Becky Lynch. So that's a 4v4. They can't do 5v5 because, remember, Dakota Kai's on the shelf.
I think that Damage Control's gonna win, but I obviously want... But see, I don't really like Charlotte, but then it's just
Faces can't win both War Games matches, honey.
You don't think so?
No, I can't do that.
Wait,
that'd be bad booking.
So
Damage Control.
Okay.
And I think because he just put Kairi,
well, that's why I said
Asuka
I think that
them,
they're gonna win, but I obviously would want to see like Becky win.
Gotcha.
Because I like Becky over.
Yeah, I mean, and Becky just came back from her short little break. I mean, it was literally like, she goes, oh yeah, I'm going on a hiatus, and it's like 2 weeks later, but you're on War Games. But I guess when WWE calls. But no, I think that one's going to be a great match. Like I said, potential to be match of the night. But I think Damage Control takes that. You just put Asuka and Kairi in the group. I think you want to build that group up, let them get their shine, make them look really good. And I think they're low-key still trying to get over Io as a champ. So you got to make Io look strong. You got to make Io look great. Because as much as I love Io Sky being the champion, it's been a little bit of a rocky road with that run. I think Triple H is having a little bit of a hard time because at the end of the day, Bayley has to pretty much cut all of her promos, which kind of makes that difficult. But no, I think that match is going to be great. I think Damage Control takes that one, though. If I'm a betting man on that one, that's what you said as well. Yeah, now for the next match, I know we got Gunther versus Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. I think that could be the sleeper of the night. What I mean by that is in a good way. I think that even though we got War Games matches and, there's a lot circulating, obviously, the whole pay-per-view, no matter what you say about Gunther, he actually made that Intercontinental Championship mean something again. And the last person that was able to make that Intercontinental Championship mean anything is his opponent tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that's why The Miz, because he went on, I think it was Busted Open Podcast or radio, something like that. And what he ended up saying was, like, he specifically went to Triple H because he heard that there was, like, a thing, like, he doesn't really know who Gunther wants. Like, Gunther, he doesn't really know what right now what storyline, what feud to give him. Mm-hmm. And Miz was like, I can work him. I can work Gunther. And Triple H was like, okay, what's the angle? And he goes, are you kidding me? He goes, he made the belt mean something again. He goes, who was the last person to do that? And Triple H went, God damn, you're good. That's why he loves The Miz. Miz is always thinking how to entertain people. And who can take a pinfall and still have a great career other than The Miz? So with that being said, I don't think the reign ends tonight. No, I don't think it's that time yet. Save that for maybe WrestleMania 40. But I think Gunther wins, but I think people will be reminded of one thing tonight. How fucking good The Miz can be. Yeah. Because I think that match will be great. Miz will be selling all that shit, the chops, reminding people how much of a great wrestler he truly is, and he'll do the thing that is classic Miz. Take the 1, 2, 3. I think I saw this record where, like, he's only got, like, including live events in, like, the past 2 years, he's only got, like, a handful of dubs. And it's like...
yeah, he's always the put over.
But he still makes himself look good. He always...
That's why they continue to have him do that.
They're like, hey, Miz, like, I almost feel like Miz is like Cal Norton in Talladega Nights.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, hey, how about like Triple H? How about like, well, maybe I go out tonight. Maybe I get the win. He's like, but if you win, then how does he win? yeah, Paul, you're right. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Fuck me, right? But no, I think that match will be really good. I gotta go Gunther though on that for sure.
Oh yeah.
You go with Gunther, the Ring General. That actually wasn't bad. I kind of nailed that one. But I went for the Ludwig Kaiser. And you wonder why my voice is always blown out. For the next match you got, Rhea Ripley's defending her women's championship against Zoe Starks. Who do you got winning that one? I think that could be.
I don't really know Zoe. I don't really watch. I don't know. I don't really.
Well, you watched her match with Becky, right? The Last Man Standing.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
That was a good match.
I remember.
She was also the one that like retired Trish Stratus again.
Oh,
turned on her, did the heel or the face turn or face turn.
Okay,
I think. Yeah, kind of a face turn.
No, I think Rhea gets it.
Oh, Mommy's not gonna lose. Not at Survivor Series. No, but I do think you're right though. I think Rhea Ripley wins. However, though, I think this is going to be a unique kind of win for Rhea, though. I think it's going to be a win that she just kind of barely gets. Okay. And what I mean by that is they really want to make Zoe look good. Okay. They're really trying to make Zoe look good. Her promos are getting there. I mean, even since they've called her up, I've noticed.
Do you think anybody comes out and it's a DQ?
That's an interesting one. Who would come out?
I don't know. I just wanted to see what your take would be on that. I have no idea. So that they,
Nah.
No? Okay.
Maybe Tiffany Stratton. I don't know why my mind was thinking of it. Maybe that's her call up. We call her up. She's heel. Maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, that's maybe the only angle I could see on that. But I think overall... Well, because no, I don't think anybody does the DQ because then that makes it look like Rhea needs it, which you don't want to give Rhea that Roman look. So I think Rhea wins clean, but it's hard fought. I think Zoe, I could see maybe Rhea hits her with the belt or something like that, or cheap shots, or does something like I almost said a low blow, but like does something like that to her. I mean, besides that, though, I think that's just a clean win. And then for the next match, which I do believe is the last and final match on the card, if I'm not mistaken, which I'm actually very excited to talk about because I have a hot take on this. Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar, which was originally supposed to be Carlito versus Santos Escobar. So for those that don't know, I will fill you in as well. Santos Escobar turned heel by attacking Rey Mysterio and knocking him out of action, forcing him to have surgery, a work. See a fourth wall. But with that, then Carlito was, going to have a match with him. And then he took out Carlito last night on SmackDown. Into which now Dragon Lee's going to get the match with Santos because I think they also want to make Dragon Lee look really good and kind of give him a big look. I think that could also, crazy enough, be potentially one of the best matches of the night. I know there's very little matches. I think that's a handful. But I think overall, that has a potential, and I'm going to say two names, and it's going to go crazy, I think. Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero, OG vibes.
Okay.
Like with those two. Like Dragon Lee obviously being the Rey, and Santos being the Eddie. And kind of seeing how these two young guys go, filling that kind of a storyline feud. Because it kind of comes off like that. Okay. Especially like when Rey first came back to WWE and had that feud with Eddie, which ultimately resulted in the custody of Dominic. I think if they bring that lucha style to the forefront tonight in the Allstate Arena, I think people are in for a damn good treat. I think that's going to be a major sleeper of a match that I think people are overlooking on the card, and I don't think you should, because those two gentlemen have the opportunity tonight to tear the fucking house down. Okay. I think that'll be a really good match. But who do you think's going to win that?
I have no idea.
Ultimately, I think Santos Escobar is going to win. But I think they'll make Dragon Lee look good. Hopefully, they give them at least, like, I mean, shit, with only 5 matches on the card, give them 15, 20 minutes or something at least. Yeah. I mean, don't make them rush it.
I'll probably disagree with you because I have no idea, but I did see that little clip on WrestleMania today, though.
Yeah, so you're agreeing with me on Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
Escobar season. But that should be Nas's next drop for when he comes back. It should be the first drop, Escobar season. But my voice doing it. Okay. Nas, I'll be waiting for that call. But yeah, and then the only other thing I wanted to mention, wrestling-wise, is AEW is going head-to-head tonight for 3 hours live, which I know I kind of mentioned it, dabbled on it a little bit earlier, but AEW, I know you kind of got your back cornered into a wall there, but I think there could have been some other option, something other to do than, I mean, it seems like there was really nothing for him to do, so I feel bad in that case. But, like, damn, like, you just got smoked back-to-back times, and now you got to go up against the pay-per-view. And, like, I saw there was some insane AEW stands, which I respected, but they're insane, saying, like, oh, well, no, this is the chance, like, for AEW to actually get, like, you know, a fair fight because people have to buy and order the pay-per-view. And I saw immediately on comments, somebody was like, I haven't bought pay-per-view in years, but I got Peacock, though. And it's like, oh, shit. Like, it's not like back in the day where, oh, man, it's $60. What's the card? Maybe not. It's, hey, I got it anyways. So, might as well. Let's go check it out. Like, I mean, even people that, like, I think what's crazy about that is, like, you're going against something that somebody might not necessarily even know that it's on tonight. They might just be going, hey, let me go see what's on Peacock. I feel like watching something. Oh, hey, Survivor Series is on? Oh, that's that WWE stuff, honey. I haven't watched that stuff in a while. Wonder what's going on over there, and click on it. You just literally got to click on a pay-per-view. Like, I don't really know the math on it, but or the analytics, so to speak. But I mean, how many people do you think are even still buying the WWE pay-per-view when literally all you have to do is sign up for Peacock?
Some people don't like the subscription.
Okay, but in the grand scheme of things, how much of that portion is really in effect? You think a lot?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know quite a few people who, like, don't put their card for anything, really, online. They just don't trust it.
Oh, so I'm an idiot. Okay. So that's where all my missing money goes.
Yeah.
Got it. It's being fucking stolen from FanDuel is what's happening. But that's for another story. But yeah, no, it should be interesting tonight, though, to see what AEW has going on as well. I know I'll record it. I'll get to it tomorrow. But my eyes are peeled on Survivor Series. And for my CM Punk fanatics out there, don't get your hopes up too high. Just put your shirt on, maybe get an ice cream bar, keep the fingers crossed, and maybe say it's clobbering time to yourself in the mirror, and then let it go. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, just maybe it'll happen. Don't go too crazy and get pissed off at Triple H. But on that note, for speaking of somebody to get pissed off at, just for how stupid he is, let's pivot into sports. As we're talking about sports entertainment, let's take the entertainment away and talk about sports. Josh Giddey. What the hell, man? I knew that there was always something goofy about that bozo. That's why every time I would look at him in fantasy basketball, I'm like, he puts up all right stats, but ew. I'm like, what an ugly mug. He looks like somebody that drowned under the bridge of Terabithia. Like, he just looks like a fucking swamp bomb. Like, and his hair's all wacky. I never got a good vibe from him. I didn't like his face either. He kind of looked like he was born on the Prometheus. Like, I wasn't like a big fan of him. And then turns out, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the right word for this one, but stupid just keeps clicking to me. So I'm going to go with stupid for now. Asinine also comes to it. And pedophilia comes to mind with it. So Josh Giddey, I'm not sure how old he is. In fact, let me look that up. Doesn't really matter because the girl was 16. In fact, yeah, you can look that up. But Josh Giddey, for those that don't know, basketball player on the Oklahoma City Thunder, is in the news this week with his girlfriend, who was a junior in high school, who then decided that she would post TikToks and pictures and videos of them together. One of which he is standing right behind her when she says it, that, haha, I fucked Josh Giddey. How old is he?
21.
Josh Giddey, 21 years old. See, look at that goofball. But, so Josh Giddey then was asked about it in reports by a reporter, and he said, "Oh, no comment on that right now. Like, I'm well aware of what you're asking, but like, no comment on that." And then, oddly enough, which is a point that I wanted to get into, was then able, which blew my mind, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, was then able to suit up and take the court. When John Morant, now, you see where I'm going with this. John Morant, at the time, I know I clowned the fuck out of him, but now I'm with him, damn it. Pulled out a gun on IG Live listening to Youngboy, Kodak. Pulled out a gun. Now, that's granted, he wasn't shooting at nobody. He was waving it around like an idiot, but he wasn't shooting at nobody. He was just acting like an idiot. We suspended him for 25 games, fined him, all that, the whole nine. Josh Giddey, on the other hand, who's 21-year-old, with a junior in high school, can post freely on TikTok and videos and pictures, and he gets to say no comment to the reporter. John Morant had to type up a fucking Harry Potter book in length of a whole explanation and sorry response for waving the gun. Josh Giddey doesn't act of pedophilia. He suits up and takes the hardwood. That's fucking insane to me. Is that not insane to everybody else? Am I missing something? And I'm pretty sure with that situation, it spells out what I'm trying to get at. John Morant, black man, pulls out a gun. Everybody wants to get the response. Everybody wants the sorry. Everybody wants the explanation. Everybody wants the fine. Kick him out the league. All this, that, and the third. Josh Giddey, like a 16-year-old girl, it's put on the Diddy album. Like, oh my God. Moment I saw that one, I was like, first off, he was one of those where I didn't quite know what was wrong with him. I knew there was just something going on with the guy. Didn't know what it was, but it turned out to be that. So after you just read up on it, what do you think about the whole Josh Giddey?
That's nuts. People's defense is that the age of consent in Oklahoma is set to be 16, and they're trying to prove if she was 15 or not.
That's the thing.
And his defense is that he's Australian and he sees nothing wrong with it.
I don't know what's going on over in Australia, but they gotta cut that shit out too, mate. But
bruv, no,
cut that shit out, bruv. Josh Giddey, bruv. What are you doing, bruv?
Oh, I think that's British, but that's okay. Or English or whatever.
Mate. What are you doing, mate? I don't know who's saying that, though. Was that Dolph Lundgren from Rocky? No, but
what?
But no, Josh Giddey. I want to see him get suspended. If we're suspending Ja for waving a gun, we're suspending his ass 50 games.
You just want to suspend. You don't want. That's. Why are you 21 with a 15-year-old?
But as I was comparing it to the John Morant situation, though, if we're gonna,
it needs to be more than just suspended.
All right, let's dive into it. You're the NBA commissioner. This situation comes out, hits your desk. Hey, boss, what do you do?
Kaputs.
You give him the kaputs.
Right out the fucking.
Kick him right out the league.
See you later, Gator. I don't even want those out. I don't even want you to prove yourself. I don't even want those allegations near my franchise or whatever the hell you want to call it. League. Get up.
I would
something like that, but see, I take that stuff serious though, so it's like that. I'm a hard person to ask on that. I just a 15-year-old girl, 15.
But then look at her on TikTok going, I fucked Josh Giddey, and it's like,
okay, yeah, because she's a 15-year-old girl, and oh my God, I'm fucking the most popular thing on this earth right now because I fucked him. Oh my God. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah.
But-
In a world full of influencers and like I need to be the most popular girl on this earth and person and whatever. Yeah, I do. I believe.
You know
that.
what?
Yeah.
I might be with you. Maybe we do got to kick him out of the league. There's plenty of leagues he could play in overseas. You're from Australia. He said he's from Australia, right? Then hey, how about you go over there? If you want to, whatever, because that's a weird situation that he's got going on with that. Yeah, I actually agree with you though. Ship his ass overseas, get rid of it. But as far as the John Morant thing though, if we're not gonna do anything for Giddey, I think we got to lift that suspension immediately. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, at the end of the day, John Morant was that a fucking idiotic, stupid ass move.
Yeah,
100%. Nobody got hurt, and at the end of the day, he wasn't doing no fuck shit.
He wasn't being a pedophile.
Wasn't being a pedophile. He might have been being an idiot. But he was not being a pedophile.
He wasn't even doing anything crazy with the gun. He was
if I had a gun and I listened to Youngboy, I'd probably wave it too. But I just, that was oddly enough, my mind thinks in mysterious ways sometimes. The first thing I saw when he took the hardwood, I said, but John Morant's over there on the bench. Like, I was like, that's fucking nuts to me. But yeah, Josh Giddey, that was some crazy ass shit. Another thing in sports I wanted to mention, I wanted to give some predictions for the Browns game, Sunday night game, and the Monday night game as well. Let's write this on here. Trying to keep track of the timestamps. Want to make sure I got it. Boom, boom, boom. So, for the predictions on Browns game, Sunday night game, and Monday night game, let me pull those up, see what we got. I just got to make sure to cross my T's, dot my I's, see who they're playing. Got to go on the Wi-Fi real quick. All right. Browns are playing the Denver Broncos at 4:05 p.m. in Mile High at Denver. Browns-Broncos. Oh, boy. I'm thinking Browns win. Browns win 31-14. Browns win 31-14. That's where I'm at with it. I think the Browns continue to look strong, continue to push on, even given with the injuries and everything. But with that said, I do believe that I think we pull out that win. Do you think we're getting that W, or is the momentum going to run flat?
No, I think we get a W.
You think we get a W?
Yeah.
Get the dog pound going. For the Sunday night game, we got Los Angeles Chargers versus the Baltimore Baltimore Ravens, Sunday at 8:20 in Los Angeles against Baltimore. Sunday night game, Chargers. Let's see. I'm going Baltimore beats Los Angeles, but it's a high-scoring, tough game. But I think the defense for the Ravens shows out. And I think the Baltimore Ravens take that one. I'm getting up there and score now. Let me go 38-28.
I was also going to say the Ravens.
Ravens? 38-28. Ravens win by 10. You think that sounds possible?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just going with the Ravens.
Now I'm giving people over and unders. I'm going to lose people some money. Fuck. But for the Monday night game.
Don't do that. I'm serious.
Yeah, or else you're going to be in the same gambling hotline addiction chat that I'll be in. Monday night at 8:15 p.m., we got a rivalry going. We got the Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears in Minnesota. And it get cold in Minnesota, according to Lil Yachty. And I think it's going to get cold for the Chicago Bears because I think the Minnesota Vikings will protect their home turf. And you know what? I'm going to hot take it. Versus the Bears, the bad news Chicago Bears who can't play their way out of a wet paper bag this year. I'm thinking the Minnesota Vikings just stomp all over them and leave the Crusade.
I was going to say the Vikings when you very first said that. See, I need to start answering first.
You were going to say the Vikings?
I just picked a team in my head, and that's what I think.
I think that one's going to be a blowout. So get your air horns out. I'm thinking, good God. Minnesota Vikings versus the Chicago Bears. Let me go 34-10. 34-10. 34-10. I think the Vikings blow them out by 24 points. But as far as which I do love giving my predictions, even though they tend to be way off. But who knows? Sometimes I hit them. Send me your bets as well on Reddit, and we can lose our minds and rip our hair out together. I already got one bet going for tomorrow. I'm sure to add a couple. I have to send some money to you because I can't use it through my card. So she's kind of like my my accountant as far as the sports betting shit goes.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. I damn near woke you up half asleep on Monday or on Sunday night going into Monday because I wanted to bet on the Monday night game. It's getting bad out here, people. Pray for your boy. But the next thing I wanted to pivot into then, so that was everything that I wanted to get to as far as sports go. Sure, boom, boom, boom. So I'll let you take the pick. What would you like to dive into next? Oh, and I did see that Ohio State lost to Michigan. I did see that as well. You said do TV and movies? Yeah. All right. So, which again, sorry to the Buckeyes. I know the Michigan Wolverines kind of just went Hugh Jackman on them in peak Wolverine mode because they took the win. I think my dad said it was 30-24. So on that note, though, you said you wanted to dive into TV and movies. Let's do it. So 2 big movies at the theater Thanksgiving week, which is usually a week that, given the holiday, that they like to usually drop 1 or 2 big ones. So Napoleon hit the theaters, which is Joaquin Phoenix, I believe, directed by Ridley Scott, which that I must see, I think, in the theaters. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to get to that one. And Disney's Wish came out, where they revealed a new Disney princess after, I think you said the last one was when?
Oh God, I think Tiana was her last. I think Moana, but I don't know if Moana is technically considered a princess. I don't know. There's a lot of technicalities that go into that. And I did see a little bit of controversy saying that Wish, which I think her name is, oh God, but I think it's Asha, Asha.
You know more than me.
Asha, I think is how you say it. I don't know. But that she is not considered a Disney princess, but in D23, was it maybe last year, which is Disney's conference, that it was a Disney princess. So I don't know. I guess you could see. I haven't seen the movie to give you like a clear if I think that she's a princess or not, but I think pretty positive the way that Disney's rolling it out is that she is a princess.
Well, both of these movies immediately got amazing reviews on both sides. I'm pretty sure I saw A-minuses for them both, actually. Which is
I mean, Disney had nothing but Wish stuff before the movie even came out.
Yeah, when we were at That's the Worldwide of Disney store, right?
I mean, they had Wish there. They had Wish.
And the movie's not even out, and they already had like the girl in like doll form. They had plush dolls.
I mean, they had all
ton of shirts, all that stuff. Phrases that you haven't even heard yet because the movie's not even out. But that just shows you how quick they are to get on that shit. I mean, they want you to literally be able to leave that AMC theater that day that thing comes out and goes, wait a minute, I just saw that in there. Let me go.
They want you to go to the movie with the doll that you don't really know anything about yet.
Which is low-key crazy. Hey, let's see what this thing's all about. Props it up on this. We don't even know your name. For some of those, that'd be crazy. But no, I saw that obviously Wish is kind of in the lead as far as the box office, I think, is going.
2 completely opposite movies.
Yeah. Plus Napoleon, I did see that it's really long. And I mean, that doesn't necessarily steer me away. I think Joaquin Phoenix playing him is great. I've never actually, I don't think to my knowledge, seen a movie where somebody's portrayed that historical figure, so to speak. But I'm excited to see how they do it. And it's Ridley Scott, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was a Napoleon Dynamite remake, honestly.
Oh my God. No, it's about the Napoleon
right over my head.
he was the dictator. He did something. He was a little fucker, but he had some feistiness to him. But I think he was a great leader. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet. Maybe the dude's a fucking dirtbag. But
maybe it is.
The Napoleon that I'm most familiar with is the one that was in Resident Evil 4 that was a motherfucker to try to kill. So I kind of go in with a little bit of heat on the guy.
All I know is vote for Pedro.
I shot the merchant. You said vote for Pedro. You said vote for Pedro, and I was about to talk about how I shot the merchant in Resident Evil 4, and then I didn't have shit for fucking guns. And then fucking here's Napoleon, and I gotta fucking try to kill the fucker. And I had to load back on a save just because I killed the merchant. I had a nasty habit for killing people that you weren't supposed to in games. Oh, yeah, the Napoleon complex. Oh, he's got to be sick. He rolls over in his grave every time somebody's like, man, you got a Napoleon complex. God damn it. They're still making fun of me for being small, even though I've tortured so many lands. But I don't know whose accent that is at this point. When I do these accents, I don't know who I'm channeling on most of them. You pickleball paddle polishers. But oh God, we're going off the rails. But no, Napoleon Wish just hit the theaters. We're gonna end up watching both of them. Well, I'll end up watching both of them. I know you probably won't end up watching Napoleon.
Anything over hour 45, count me out.
That's what you kaput.
Minus
draw the line.
Street or straight out of Compton. Those are my two exceptions.
Those are the two exceptions. Oh, and Hateful Eight, but that doesn't really count because you make me fast forward the first hour and a half, which is literally just like stagecoach dialogue. But for some reason, I eat that shit up. And I remember seeing that thing though in the theaters real quick and just being like, "Are they ever gonna get there?" Like you're like an hour into the movie, you're like, "Damn, how far away is this fucking haberdasher?" But next thing I wanted to mention though, movie-wise, speaking of a movie that might not hit the theaters, in fact, the question now is, should it even? Is Jenna Ortega, and I'm slipping on the name, but the other actress that was with her as a lead in Scream 6 have now both left Scream 7 for one reason or another. Couldn't come to an agreement. Something wasn't working out. They dialed back from the project and pulled away. Wow. So my question is, with Neve Campbell and Jenna Ortega, and then now the other woman gone as well, if you're trying to get Scream 7 together, do you just...
I'm panicking at this point. All my stars are gone. I'm panicking.
Panicking as in you're still trying to make it work, and trying every which way you can to keep it working? Or do you just stop that panic and go, you know what? We're done here.
I think it's going to be like a panic. Let me see if I can salvage any of this. And then see kind of where it goes. Because, like, you know...
Well, now you got to recast it again. Now you got to recast it again. We just made Scream 6 somehow work without Neve.
Or you know.
And now we just lost the people that made that work. So now we got to do that all over again. I can definitely
see just scrapping it and be like, you know what, we'll just leave it the way that it is.
I'm going to be honest. There's only one way, and this is a reason why I wanted to talk about it, because I love the Scream franchise. I love the Scream series. I'm actually a person that thinks they've nailed every single movie. And for a movie that's done that many, I think they've all stood out as actually being of at least some good quality. I think it's fair to say. I think they've always nailed that same delivery. Yeah. It works. It even worked in a TV show. I think in this case, though, there's only one thing that you can do to save the movie without just calling it over and throwing in the towel. I say you give Neve Campbell a call and you give her a blank check and say, write the amount in. If we can't do that, just cancel it. Yeah. I know we kind of said that there would be a Scream 7 and we're coming back, but at this point, who do we got?
Yeah,
we don't got Courtney. We don't got David Arquette. We don't got Neve. We got none of the original faces. We got to just call this thing off at this point. Mm-hmm. But let me know what you guys think, though, as well. If you think that maybe there should still be a Scream 7, who maybe you would like to see recasted in it, what direction they should go with it, if they should bring Neve back. So I'm excited to see what you guys think about that. To lighten it up, though, a little bit as well and get some laughter out of this, because no one was hurt, which in a case like this, when no one's hurt, that's when you can officially joke about it and laugh about it. And at the expense of someone's, well, I guess, misfortune. But not misfortune on behalf of losing sleep, but misfortune on behalf of, well, Tiffany Haddish has now received her second DUI in Beverly Hills, where she was stopped by police, where she was, let's just say she was taking a nap in a place where you don't want to take a nap. She was behind the wheel at a red light, which, hey, I'm with you, Tiffany. Some of these red lights are way fucking too long. And nodded off at the red light. And unfortunately woke up to the infamous, we're sure she went, oh, fuck. Ah, shit. So Tiffany gets her second DUI. I know it's been a little rough in the media just in general for Tiffany Haddish over the last couple of years. I feel like ever since COVID, she's kind of had like just a rough go of it in the media. And obviously here's another blemish. Tiffany, like I said, no one's hurt. It's just, I've always wondered this when it comes to people with that much money and that much, that level of celebrity. Girl, you don't know not one person that can drive that car?
Not even that Uber?
Uber, tow the bitch
Lyft,
back to the house. I mean,
anything?
I get it, you
A
know.
taxi?
We all have that moment of weakness where we're like, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it, but
like, okay. You don't want to leave your car, all right, whatever, what have you. Go to the back seat. Why are you sleeping in the driver's seat?
Well, now that turns into dangerous because now that some bum looks in the back seat and goes, hey, that's Tiffany Haddish laying in the back of this car.
Okay, they could do that. What's the difference between the front and the back? What?
Oh, well, no, that's the thing. She fell asleep at the red light. I mean,
at the red light.
She was trying to get home. She was
yeah.
trying to get home, and it just, like, that's why, you know, like, the light was too long. Something went wrong, which my thing with that is I think I could have maybe helped the Tiffany Haddish situation. I'm not advocating for driving drunk, but I need to know if that window was down and if she had a cigarette or not. Because if not, she maybe made a huge rookie mistake. See where I'm getting with that?
Yeah, I know what you're getting with that, but no.
Stopped at the red light and nodded off.
No.
If the music was blasting, less likely. Less likely. But no, I'm not advocating anyway for that. I know I twist my shit and I sometimes get a little bit making too light of a subject and then it comes out like that. But as somebody who is a big advocator for drinking, I am not a big advocator whatsoever for drinking and driving. I gave that shit up years ago as well. You guys all should as well. Because it's just not worth it because there's a million different other renditions of that story with Tiffany that could have ended really bad and then now it's not funny and we're not sitting here making jokes about it. Yeah. Her deciding to catch a couple Z's behind the wheel in the middle of Beverly Hills, well, that's hilarious. Nobody got hurt, but except for her attorney, he's probably getting a little bit fed up with all this shit. Yeah, he's having to feel a lot. He's gonna end up dropping her. But Tiffany, happens to the best of us. Learn from it. Don't do that shit again. And for those of you that don't know, you cannot take a nap at a red light just to try to get the buzz to go away. Can't use the red light to sober up, all right? Can't be doing that shit. So last thing that we wanted to dive into, we'll dive into some music today. Just keeping track for the timestamps. All right, so last thing to talk about before we get out of here and get ready for Survivor Series tonight, let's dive into some music. Get our feet wet with the new music reviews. Not too much came out this weekend, but
a bit was my cup of tea. Not one single song that I liked that came out this week.
Nothing?
No.
Well, looks like your hater hat's on. Damn, you didn't even like the new Sexy Red?
No.
Oh my God. Sexy Red is going to win a Pulitzer Prize. I say Sexy Red, Time Woman of the Year. Sexy Red.
No.
John Lennon walked, so Sexy Red could run.
I can't.
John Lennon imagined, so Sexy Red could ski. You understand what I'm saying here? It's history, you understand? But, no, so I guess we'll start with that. We'll dive right into the singles. You said you didn't like not one song.
Not one single song.
That's absurd. But Sexy Red dropped Free My N-Word, which just came out. We have a video coming out for it as well, which oddly enough I am excited to see. Looked like one of the clips is she's dancing in the middle of the jail.
You know what? I can't do it. And she's pregnant, no?
He said, "Don't insult John Lennon like that." Yeah, she's pregnant.
Yeah, exactly.
She ain't letting it stop her.
I can't. You know what? And that's the thing.
But what do you think of that song?
I don't like it
at all.
No,
not one sliver of it.
Not a second of it. I thought I was being pranked.
Oh my God! Well, I got it in my library. I think it's incredible songwriting. I think the hook's genius. I don't. Maybe 50 Cent co-wrote it. I'm kidding. All right, I'm going. Yeah. That's too far. But I did check out that. All jokes aside, I did check it out. We checked it out. I thought it was all right. I thought it was pretty solid. I mean, it seems to be on brand for Sexy Red. That seems to be her thing.
Ass songs.
Depending on how you look at it, some people look at those as gems. Some people look at those as bops, bopperoos.
All right.
I think either way, though, the only thing I'll say about Sexy Red is, for the people that don't like her, you better get used to her, though, because she ain't going nowhere. She ain't fucking leaving. Sexy Red ain't going nowhere. We better get used to her. And I'm on the ski bandwagon. I'm just waiting for all you guys. Whenever you want me to give you a hand, we'll lift you up. It's a party up in the skiwee.
Skiwee.
What if that's what you said? She-wee. What if it was like a song about she-wee? She-wee. For those that don't know what a she-wee is, it's well, you want to
you don't know what it is.
Well, yeah, I know. I think you need to explain it better on what a she-wee is. You did have a she-wee.
It's a she-wee. Like literally, it's a she-wee. It's where you literally put this cup and it has a spout coming off of it. Cup it up, and then you pee, and then you could pee like somebody with a penis. Which
is just a wild contraption if you think about it.
It actually comes in mega handy. So I don't know.
This is Pull Up a Chair, sponsored by Shiwi.
I would love to be sponsored by Shiwi.
Get the Shiwi sponsor. Run it. Run it. We want it all. But another new single that came out this week, Wiz Khalifa dropped Up the Ladder. Which actually really like that cover art. It's just a bunch of weed plants going up a ladder. Looks like a stairway to heaven. That's how I want the stairway to heaven to actually look. Just walking
I think that's how it is.
But I showed you that pre-pod as we were getting going. You weren't a big fan of that one? I mean, Wiz has been pumping out a lot of music. I will give him that. I actually got to say, for a Wiz single compared to what's kind of he's been dropping this year, I would actually rank that kind of up, like for the Wiz that came out this year. I'm not saying it's a great song, but I mean, I added it. I'll probably give it a few more spins, see how I feel about it.
I don't know.
Kind of like that sound he went with on it. Another single that came out was Conway the Machine dropped another single with 1-2 called Koska. Yeah. Chasing a Rat. That's the cover art. So for that's a black and white Tom and Jerry right there on the cover. Conway the Machine, though, on 1-2 dropped a new record called Koska. I bumped that now a couple times. I do dig that a lot. Not my favorite of the singles that came out so far, but of course I'll be sitting with it more. And then let me see, make sure I'm not forgetting any other singles. Then we'll dive into some albums. We got Kaylee Euclid and Carol G dropped Labios Mordidos. And Conway on 1-2, I was going to be fire. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait either. That shit is going to be a fucking banger. Usher and Jax Jones dropped a remix to Good Good. Coco Jones dropped a Timeless Christmas, which I haven't heard yet. Get into that Christmas bag. I can't blame you. Then as far as other singles goes, that looks like that was about it for those. So now let's talk new albums. Dive into the new albums. So, before we get to the album that I will put my highly recommendation stamp on for the week, Fetty Wap, which we checked out some of earlier getting food. Fetty Wap dropped his new album from Inside the Box, dropped King Zoo. So his return to music. 1738, yeah, baby. What'd you think of what
was something like that, but it's not.
Yeah, he couldn't even do the Yeah Baby anymore. His Yeah Baby sounded like mine. Yeah. So as somebody that used to, because I know you used to be a big fan of Fetty.
Enough to where I had a wall decal on my very first apartment wall with my friend at the time that said, I got a Glock in my Rari.
That was a Fetty Wap thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's just like a little.
Oh, yeah, right, because Waka Flocka had the rooster in his Rari. But Fetty had the Glock in the Rari. I always forget what people have in their Raris. But,
so many things in the Rari. But anyway, so I did like Fetty Wap, and it is not old Fetty Wap, which I mean, I guess, no. That was many years ago.
His voice sounds much deeper now.
I just didn't like, I don't know. I don't know.
How about the Sweet Yams record, though?
I don't.
We know what he wanted to, we know what he was thinking about in there. He wanted some Sweet Yams.
Poor guy on Thanksgiving and everything. I don't.
Hey, maybe he was one of the fortunate that got a nice hooked up Thanksgiving meal, though.
Maybe.
Maybe they gave him at least a cake to celebrate the album with. Like, hey, your album came out.
Maybe they had a listening party in the jail.
Hey, yo, Soul Block 9, 8 o'clock. Woo, woo, woo. Come over here. We're going. In fact, that might be where the album will take off at. Because to those people that don't get to listen to music, they're just like, holy shit. They're like, new music. Let's go. We'll take anything. New Fetty. Oh God. But yeah, no. So that album, from what I heard on it, that's not the one that I'm putting the highly recommendation stamp on. I don't know if Fetty can maybe get the TikToks going. I don't know. I feel like he's one of those that in that Trap
Can he
Queen
have a
era, he would
phone?
have killed it. No, what I mean, like his music. Like, will it take off on TikTok?
No.
Because I feel like Trap
No.
Queen and all those would have taken off big time if they were in the TikTok era. I mean, they
Yeah.
took off as they did.
Yeah.
But I felt like it would have been the center of a lot more, like, you know, TikToks and dances and shit.
Well, he was big on Vine.
Vine wasn't as big as TikTok, though.
Well, no, not at all. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like they had their run with like the.
Yes and no. I mean, I know some of those old songs, like, they're getting pulled up. Like, I think people did the Soulja Boy, right? They cranked that on TikTok.
Yeah, there's
that
like
one
some
came
different
back.
things. Like, yeah, I get it. I don't know what you would do with it, but I don't know. People are creative, so.
Yeah, overall, though, Fetty, that one could have stayed in the vault. What was that joke that you said when we were listening to it? You're like, how much time he got? I was like, I don't know. I think he's locked up for a while. And you're like, he could have used a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't have to rush this out. Should take your time, buddy. You got literally all day. Literally all day and possibly even night if you're having trouble sleeping. Because apparently that guy that you're bunking with, he's got the runs. So you might get some rapping in tonight. But on that note, we got the 30th anniversary of Doggy Style. Absolute classic, one of the most classic albums. Which, as fate would have it, you got me an early birthday gift that just so happened to line up with it being the 30th anniversary of Doggy Style. So I thought that was dope. However, though, I don't think they added anything. I'm trying to think. I don't think they added anything. Maybe they. Yeah, I think it was just like a. Maybe they did add one. Maybe they added Bathtub. I don't remember Bathtub ever being on Doggy Style track 1. So I think they did add Bathtub. I actually haven't checked that out yet, though. We got the Napoleon soundtrack, which is nothing, so never mind me saying that. We got the Disney Wish soundtrack. We got a DMX song on that. No, I'm kidding. Oh, it was the intro on the original. Damn, I forgot about that. I think what threw me off was seeing the G-Funk intro. I thought that was that. So I was like, wait, what the fuck is Bathtub? But I saw Black Odyssey also drop their instrumentals for Diamonds and Freaks, which was pretty good. Definitely got to dive more into those. I saw Trippie Redd drop St. Michael V2, which, to be fair, I have not listened to all of that. I've only listened to a couple joints, and I do usually like Trippie Redd. Big fact. And then we got Block. So my highly recommendation of the week. The only song they added with G You Hose Down, which they didn't have on the original because of sample currents. And we did get a free Palestine as well. On that note, we got Busta Rhymes, which is my highly recommendation of the week. Dropped a new album called Blockbuster, which I think the cover art's great just to start. I immediately thought the cover art was awesome, and that's how you win me over right away. We got, let's see here. We got 19 joints. Blockbuster, new Busta album. I got to show you a lot of it. I showed you the one with DaBaby and T-Pain. We got Quavo on here. We got Young Thug on here. We got Blast on here. Coi Leray. We got Burna Boy. We got J.N.R. Choi. We got Chris Brown. We got Giggs. We got Kodak. And then we also have his kids, a couple of his kids on Legacy. And we got Moray on Legend. So with that being said, what did you think of from what you heard of Blockbuster?
Well,
was G's You Hose Down.
Dude.
I gotta go add that. I gotta add that.
Was not my cup. Not my cup of tea. Not my favorite. I don't know. I just don't like.
Even though you just saw Busta earlier this year and stood in the rain for him?
I don't even remember his sex. It rained so hard. And I
wasn't letting that rain take me away from that experience.
Busta, I don't know. I never really, unless whatever he featured on, like if it was a hit song, like
sure, Look at Me Now?
Like Jeremiah for that show specifically, like it's what I listen to more him and 50 and stuff. Like wasn't there for Busta to say.
You're not blasting that on the way to work in the morning?
Absolutely not.
But I actually thought I'm always excited for Busta albums. I think that they kind of fly under the radar because he usually always puts together great projects. I saw that this one kind of has a little back and forth on what different people are saying about it. I know some people are not liking it. Some people are saying it's too sample driven. Some people are saying that he didn't get, which this is the only one I can kind of see a little bit. People were saying that he wasn't being as lyrical as he's typically known for. He kind of dialed back on that a little bit. Which I could really see on like different joints, like the one with DaBaby. However, though, again, I put my highly recommendation stamp on it. I think it's overall a great project. I think all the features really fit in really well on this as well. My 3 standout joints, though, on it would be, as much as I do love that joint with DaBaby and T-Pain, which is kind of like the single that they're running with, which I do think was the best I've heard DaBaby sound ever since he got hit by that busted ass Adidas. Because he got hit by that busted ass Adidas and it went downhill from there. This makes me hear DaBaby the way I heard him before anybody ever threw an Adidas at him. So I actually think that was...
Didn't he say the F word or something like that? And that's why...
Well, that's the thing. He got hit with the busted ass Adidas and then went on a homophobic rant. Okay. And it was like...
So that's what killed him.
Buddy, all that over a shoe? But, safe to say he does not like Adidas. But, I do think that was his best performance that I've heard him on rap-wise in general in just quite some time. And I know that he had a good verse on Jail Part 2, which I thought was pretty good as well. But, no, I'll give him that one. However, though, my 3 favorite on that would be Stand Up with J.N.R. Choi, The Hive with Giggs, and then the outro, if you don't know, now you know, just because I love how he did that story. He had Spliff give him like the back and forth. I've had you hear that one a couple different times now. I really like that joint a lot. And I just love it when you do an outro great like that. And I think that was just a perfect outro. I thought he had a great intro on it as well. I thought there were some bops on here. I thought he got his shit off. I thought he got other artists to get a good shine. And of course, I love the moment that he had with his family on that record, The Legacy. I thought that was really cool. Like at the end, he shared a little thing where he said, I used to write these raps to feed my family and make these songs to feed my family. And now I'm making these songs with my family, trying to help them get on, giving them opportunities that I was not just handed coming up. So I thought that was really cool how Busta was able to do that. So final highly recommendation of the week is Blockbuster. Go check that out by Busta, OG in the game, absolute legend. And now one last thing to talk about before we're up out of here is Diddy's lawsuits continue to build. They're now continuing to grow. He just officially got hit with his 3rd lawsuit. It looks like the door's now open. More are going to start coming in. Obviously, you got briefed on a little bit more on everything going on and kind of how important, I hate to say how important to the culture he is, but at the end of the day, he's a big figure in it that everybody looks to, turns to, to see kind of where everything's shifting. He's, obviously a mogul, all those things. So he's just throwing money at all situations. But where are you at, getting to talk about it? Because it all started last week. This is your first time getting to talk about it. Ultimately, because I know what you think of it on it. Obviously, it's crazy and absolutely sick that people are still siding with Diddy. But where do you think this situation with everything is just in general going to lead? Where is it going?
I really have no idea. That I don't know. I just know the system's pretty screwed up. So it's like I don't know what's gonna happen. There's fishy stuff that like I'm just like this something's off and weird and what the hell. But it's like what does he have up his sleeve to counteract these allegations? Exactly.
What do you need?
So it's like
20. She'll say $20 million. I'll give you 10, and bam, you got to settle.
That's my point. Like he has that money to throw at these people to keep them hush hush to make it look like, why aren't they pursuing it more? Oh well, they got paid off. Oh, but then why is he paying them off if he's not guilty? Oh, okay. So there's like I don't feel like is there enough evidence to 100% get it. I believe that he did what I believe, but is there enough evidence for the court systems to run with? Is that without say a female comes out, they don't take the hush money. What comes of it? What do you think comes of it then?
If somebody says, I don't care what money you're going to throw at me, you will see your day in court, Sean Diddy Combs, so to speak, I think that's when something gets nasty. Shit. I would say that's a really good question, first off. I think that then there would be a lot more women coming out and being like, yeah, I did see this at that party. Yes, this also happened. Yes, I can confirm that kind of thing. I think it would ultimately open the floodgates, which goes to a point that I see there too that good brother Doomer said, that he's going to definitely try to do his best to settle all these out of court and unfortunately none of these will probably see a trial just because of, again, his stature, who he is. Plus, there's like more to it too that meets the eye. Like, there's like a person that filed a lawsuit on a New York City politician, and then there's like a picture that dates back of them both shaking hands, and it's like, oh shit! Like, how deep does this thing really go?
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's a
now he has political connections. Like, fuck.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Yeah, how far does it go? How deep is it? Where did this all?
I mean, it seems like this all started in the 90s and just
where did it? Yeah,
tread it down. And then there's some people that are going, well, we're going to cancel Diddy and we're going to cancel him and we're just going to mute him, so to speak, and we're never going to listen to any of his things, as they're listening to a Mary J. Blige song. And you just paid him anyways. Like, you
yeah, that too. It's like, yeah, you can shut.
Oh, well, that's fine then. I don't even listen to that music anymore. That's fine. Okay, but when you get in your car tomorrow, which channel are you going to on the radio station? Breakfast Club, huh? Guess what? That's Revolt, buddy. Like, oh shit. There's a whole channel on television, Revolt TV channel.
So either way, this man's going to be getting paid, but, we can cancel him as a person, I guess.
Just him as an individual?
Yeah. We don't have to associate those other... Yeah. Ultimately, he'll still be getting money. Yeah, whatever, what have you. And that's going to be that. But you don't have to support him as a person. And still,
Where I'm at with it, with all this Diddy shit, is I think we're past the point. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. We're past the point of going, is all this true?
Yeah.
We're past that point. Because him continuing to settle on all of these...
Yeah,
he knows what he did.
If you know 100% that you did not nothing, why would you be just giving out money?
Take this money, sign that, never speak to it, never speak of it again.
Like, why are you just giving people away thousands of dollars?
Millions.
Oh, millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars. $10 million went to Casey. Then there's more money coming out.
Yeah.
Much more money coming out. And it doesn't affect him. Because ultimately, what was the two responses that we got? We got one.
Okay, here's a crazy hot take real fast before I lose it. What if, some girl's like, oh God, she just got $10 million. Well, I'm just going to say that he did these things to me. And then what if he's just like, oh no, I'm not doing that. Okay, then it's like, you know what I mean? Like, do you see what I'm putting down?
Because then he would pretty much be like, I did that shit.
But I didn't do that.
But I know I didn't do that to you, bitch. Like, now I don't mind this one over here, but now come on now. Everybody's coming to collect. God damn it. Like,
that's where my mind goes. If he's just...
That might be, I'll be honest, right now, that might actually be genius if anybody's hearing this. Come out. Did he touch me? Oh, you sneaky bitch. Bop. No, full well he didn't, like, but I gotta pay you too. Damn it.
You know what? Let me just throw in my report real quick.
Next thing you know, Justin Bieber files a lawsuit. Come on, buddy. I'm fighting for my fucking life over here. It's going to be Diddy on 60 Minutes. Surviving Diddy. And it's going to be going from Bieber giving his story to I'm fighting for my fucking life over here. What if he did what if he came off like almost like the Split guy? What if he...
a different personality?
Yeah, what if he was like, I didn't rape that woman. Puffy did that. Like, what? Like, I didn't do that. I'm Brother Love now. That was Sean Diddy Combs who did that. Oh no.
Well, then we have a whole nother case on our hands.
This man's gone insane.
We have a whole nother case on our hands.
This whole time Diddy's been on Patricia. It's just been one schizo episode.
Oh my
But
God, don't say that.
what? Is that bad?
Yeah.
That was bad? All right. Let me dial back, reel that back in. But Diddy's just over here. See, I should have, if I would have just stayed on Split, I would have been good.
I mean, even there, you were teetering a line. You gotta relax with the personality disorders. Those are real DID. Those are all real.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Reddit, we had to clean it up. We can clean it up. He said, he goes, you joke, but I can definitely see a Diddy and Gayle King interview in the near future. Diddy and Gayle King, that'd be fucking hilarious. Diddy on Gayle, that'd be pretty, that'd be pretty fucking wild. What about Diddy and Tucker Carlson? No, nothing gets accomplished in the course of that interview. But no, as far as the Diddy situation goes, again, I do apologize for that joke. That was a little bit brutal. Didn't mean to, kind of just glaze over that. So thank you for stopping me there, sweetie. I definitely needed that. But last thing I did want to mention, though, on the Diddy thing is it's fucked up that it's so, I guess, just normalized, just overall, that people are just like, get worked up about it for a minute. Then it's like, but it's Diddy. Maybe he did. I don't know. He's still, he's paying him this money. That's a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. And it all centers around, well, as long as he can, settle it out, doesn't necessarily mean that it's not true or that it's true. So, and then, he's dancing and, getting with it right there in the fucking crib. So he don't seem to be losing sleep over this at all. And ultimately, there's people that will still just support Diddy and hope that he wins at the Grammys, which is the last thing I wanted to mention. My question for you then, question for everybody. Is it so swept under the rug that he will not only be able to maybe win the Grammy for Best R&B Album and like what he got nominated for, but will he also maybe be there and do a performance? Or does the Grammys call him and say, hey, man,
I don't know.
not the time anymore. We'll leave you nominated, but we don't want you. We don't want that kind of negative press here.
I mean, didn't the Oscars take Kevin Hart off for just something he said years and years
Dollhouse,
ago?
yeah.
That Dollhouse thing, but I don't know how the Grammys are. Are they I feel like they would. I feel like they should.
Yeah, but I think you should. And I'll even go a step further, and it sounds crazy because never thought I'd be saying this time last year for sure. But I think you got to pull the nom too. I think you got to pull the nom. Or just if it was going to win, nothing wins.
Yeah.
You don't give him one. I think that, because then he goes up there and he's going to give a God is good speech. And no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm brother love. And the crowd will fucking lose it, and next thing you know, nobody really. And then all that
just doesn't matter. Yeah, no, I think you got to pull the whole thing, kaputs right out the door.
Do you think that the artists? Another question just came to me. Do you think more and more of the bad boy artists and people that are directly associated, and obviously all their music goes through Bad Boy? Do you think they should be speaking up right now as well, or should they be doing what essentially they're all doing and are just? Hey, I'm Homer Simpson in the bush. This is my boss. That's my boss. He signs my paychecks, but I'm out.
I think that's it. Keep it at a business professional level. That's not my business. I'm not commenting on that. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? I'm not going to speak on something I don't know about.
Do you think some of the artists that are more directly close to him were yeah, it's only a matter of time that shit comes out. And then when they heard the news,
but I also think it's fishy that just another little thing pointing to why that he did it is that if he really didn't do it, don't you think the artist and his friends that are close to him be like, oh my God, no, I don't think that he would do that. He doesn't come off as that person. I've never seen anything like that. They would be coming out making statements in defense of him instead of staying completely quiet, silent crickets.
Exactly. That's actually a great point. I think about if, say, this crazy thing happened with J. Cole. I think immediately, just because he seems like a guy that I don't know why I'm putting that stamp of trust on him, but I just don't think he's up to bullshit like that. I think immediately if something came out like that, not only would he be going, whoa, 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 what the hell? I think JID, Earth Gang, Ari, all of them would be like, come on, what? No way. Like, we never saw any of that. And I think that silence, like you said, speaks volumes because it's their way of being like, oh, shit, we knew this was coming. And then there's probably a couple of them like, oh, shit, I didn't know it got that bad. Like, damn, like, because I'm sure there had to be a couple different times around those parties where it was like,
oh,
hey,
yeah, I'm sure, like, there's been a couple people, you know, who have seen something and not said anything.
Like, you'd see them walk by with somebody and probably go, oh,
why? Because their paychecks are getting signed.
Yeah, like, you don't. Yeah, if you say, hey, Puff, what are you doing? Say a word, your album ain't never coming out.
And that's another thing. I mean, if he's throwing money around just to random people, what do you think that he's giving his people that he's signed? Like, hey, you see this, you don't fucking say nothing, I'll give you a bonus. You know? What if he's like that?
Like, hey, buddy, you're going to see some shit tonight at this party. I got to know if I can trust you. Do you want the invite or not? Well, what kind of shit? Be ready to turn blind eye.
Especially like the people that he, you know, new signers or something like that. Like, I don't know how many people he's newly signed, but like...
I feel like that's a good question. I don't really know. I know MGK at one point was Bad Boy.
But anyway, just like things like that. It's like, I don't know. A lot of fishy, like weird situations.
But I do know as far as canceling him completely, I'll throw it out there right now. I could never do it because, well, Bad Boy Recordings ready to die in life after death. And I'm not going to stop listening to those. Biggie did not do that. So he's not going down with the Diddy ship in my book. So even if that means that it funds Diddy, ultimately there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. I
so many things do. I mean, you can't not ever.
But on that note, it was a blessed, wonderful, sleepless Saturday. Now we started off gloomy and now it's completely dark, but it is still a blessed, wonderful, sleepless Saturday. The energy is high. Next week, we will be back to Saturday, sleepless Saturday night battles, showdowns. Tomorrow, though, we do have a sleepless Sunday night showdown. Back to the battles after doing the DJ set last week, which was absolutely incredible. I love doing that. Playlist up on Reddit. Playlist I'll post again as well on IG and X. Make sure you guys check that out for those of you that may have missed it. Pull Up a Chair episode 65 will be next week as well. Tonight we got Survivor Series. Gave our predictions at the beginning, at the top of the episode. So I'd like to hear your guys' takes as well. I'll probably be doing some live tweeting during the show. Got some brews going, smoke in the air. You already know the love is high and the hate is always low. And I just want to say thank you once again to my beautiful wife for joining me on this great adventure through the simulation of Pull Up a Chair episode 64. We got a whiteboard going over here now, so I don't have to look down into my phone for the topics and refresh that every 2 minutes. So week by week, the low budget podcast Pull Up a Chair is pulling through, staying on top, having a lot of fun with it. And on that note, appreciate the love. Tomorrow we got Prince versus David Bowie. Losers bracket matchup, 12 rounds. Winner goes to the winner's bracket, and loser sinks 0-2 to the abyss. Who do you got winning? Prince? I know Kiss is going crazy on TikTok, so I'm going to need that to carry me to another W and get back on my high horse. I got Prince, and El Padrino has David Bowie. So we're going to see who can win the redemption matchup. And on that note, keep the love high and the hate low and wake up with a smile on. Peace.